Hey, what you doing? It's time for another episode of Freedom of Speech on the dime with your girl Pleasure Time, and it's starting right now. Ooh, you gotta say that. Do you hear that? Hello, somebody. Let's talk about it. Now, what I was saying was that we are spiritual beings, right? So, and we say that we have deja vu and things like that. So, a spiritual being, it would have to be not just just talk for humor's sake. A spiritual being, if you passed from this life, your spirit would have to go somewhere else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically speaking, say it goes to the back of this line that's in heaven waiting to be sent down again, okay? Meanwhile, there are certain memories that you retain, but very, very little far in between that you get to retain to use in the next life. But you only get to see fractures of it here and there to ensure that you're like on the right path. Like you're doing some of either the exact same things that you did before that kind of got you there, or you're having some of the same warning signs that are showing presenting themselves just like before to ensure that you don't make the same mistake again, if that makes any sense. So
yeah.
Say for instance that you may be aware that you are someone who has deja vu or dreams or visions very often, and that these visions and stuff do play themselves out, though you can only see bits and pieces of what else is actually taking place at the time. So, if that is the case, and it is indeed a spirit, who's to say that those same people that that same spirit that you've encountered in another life, you haven't just found again in another person? The reason why some people are you like how people like you, they're good for you, but they're toxic together, but they can't be apart, or some crap they be doing.
Yeah.
And then you have the other, they're like they holler two peas in a pot. You can't really separate them.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all of these different scenarios out there when it comes to relationships and stuff. Who's to say that is the reason why some people are inseparable? Reason they found themselves, you found each other in a previous life, figured out where you were happy, and found each other again, but maybe you were different sexes this time. Because no one said you'd be able to come back the same, because you already not coming back the same person. You know what I'm saying? But who's to say you don't get to switch sexes, and maybe that's the reason why we have homosexuality, and all people that wants to change, they feel that there's something else.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, it's a great possibility. Now, I'm not saying none of this stuff is written, but who's to say it wasn't left out? I'm not adding nothing to it, but we know plenty of folks been taken away from it. I don't want no parts of that, because I know what it says is written about adding to and taking away. And that's why I strategically said, hypothetically speaking, if this is because we are spiritual beings, if this was something that you leave this form, your spirit would have to go somewhere I mean, of course, this body would be at rest, but they can't kill your spirit.
Right.
And I mean, someone out there listening, Bible scholars, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have not read anything that says that your spirit rests, says your body rests. We only talk about the spirit when we're talking about the rapture, when we're talking about the caught up portion. You know what I'm saying? Reigning with Jesus, or, you know, the last war on earth. Which really makes no sense in itself if anyone has actually read that, because you don't do anything. You just get prepared for it. It literally is over before it starts. I mean, there are some casualties, but the casualties really start before the war starts. Those are the rumors of wars that we lose casualties in if we're reading. Because when the actual war hits, you mean to tell me Jesus is fighting, there's going to be a war, and we got to do something other than believe? I don't see. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you already been told what was going to happen, so there's no way we're going to lose this war. So the only purpose that the devil has now is to see how many souls that he can take with him. That's his only purpose. Is to see how many of God's creations that he chose above the angels. Or so they say. Because it's never written that he stated, and he didn't talk to how many folks in the Bible and gave instructions. Why didn't he tell at least one of those prophets, hey, you know, I did choose y'all above the angels? You know what I'm saying? That's never been written. But clearly he wanted a little bit more because he made us. So maybe you guys just weren't enough.
True.
So it wasn't that he was choosing us above you guys. Maybe you just weren't enough, because he didn't get rid of you after he made us. You see what I mean? He didn't get rid of you after he made us. You rebellious bunch, of course, got exiled because you were trying to dethrone him. How can you dethrone someone who created? How can you want more praise to yourself than the person that created you?
Yeah, that's goodbye.
That makes no sense to me, but you know, to each his own.
True. But at least, but I definitely do. I'm with you in regards to what if.
What if the spirit is like, that's the reason maybe like some people have like more deja vu than others and stuff like that. Because like we always say, as a people, we say it all the time, this person been here before. Think about what we're actually saying. We're saying that the spiritual being in that person has roamed this earth before.
And I have seen. How do I reword this? I have seen some videos of other people's testimony, and not necessarily a testimony. I don't know if I want to use that exact word, but I have seen videos of other people's accountment. I think that's what I want to use in regards to something else. Like it was a while ago, but this one lady, she said she was talking to her 3 or 4-year-old, and they were driving down the road or something, and they was like, "Oh, I've been there before." She was like, "No, you haven't." Well, yes, I have in my other life. She was like, "Yeah, in my other life, it was me." Like this little 4-year-old literally told their mom, "It was me, so and so, so and so. We came here when I was this age, and we did this X, Y, and Z." Like she said, she literally recorded the whole conversation with her 4-year-old, and I'm like, wow. And this night, and that was just one of like maybe 3 or 4 videos I had seen that day of other people stating that a littler being, like more or less like a toddler,
Mm-hmm.
was like, oh, I've been here before.
Mm-hmm.
I even saw one that was like, oh yeah, this is where I died. Like
Yep.
so and so killed me.
Yo, I've seen that as well. I have seen that too. Super spooky, super creepy. But the
Completely.
fact that that as well, I've I myself have experienced like going through areas. Like I can like travel through areas and I can tell if it's a high grievance point. And what I mean by the high grievance point, I mean it's a lot of tragic, it's a lot of sadness. Like you can drive through some intersections and your whole spirit change. I don't know if anybody actually pays attention when you're driving, when you're not occupied by either your radio or, someone on your phone yapping. If you actually just drove in silence, listened to your thoughts, paid attention to your surroundings. A lot of you guys don't even know the street over because you're so straightforward. You pay no attention to your surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
But just think about it. Try just driving to a destination at least about 15 to 30 minutes. Give yourself that time frame. If you can't dwell in silence for 15 to 30 minutes, you're already mad. You just don't know it.
Yeah, true.
Because who wouldn't want serenity for 15 to 30 minutes? Who wouldn't want peace of mind for 15 to 30 minutes? You don't always have to have something occupying your time. Driving is already enough.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
So
that's one of my favorite things to do. Right. Like on a day where, like on a day where I can't, like, I got too much on my mind or just feel kind of uneasy at home. Not necessarily a bad uneasy, or just like I've been in the house too long, not kind of out and about. I just get in the car, turn the radio on, and just drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes I don't even have to turn the radio on. I can just drive, especially because I'm a country bumpkin. So the scenery is like my thing, like nature. So to be able to see like the mountains and the trees and just the open land with not all the construction and stuff going on and all the buildings surrounding everything, but just to see nature as it is. Yeah, I do enjoy that. Those are more peaceful times, or seeing like the city view at night. That's really nice as well. I do like that from a distance, not driving around the city. I meant like seeing Vegas style strip view like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. But yeah, but just in general, like I said, I do think that the deja vu is really just an effect of us being here before. Yeah, I mean, because think about it. Not everyone. I believe that everyone kind of has the ability, like everyone does, like has those. But you have those people who say they don't dream. You know what I'm saying? Or they can't remember what they dreamed. Like, I don't know what's stopping your brain waves or, what has caused you to block that portion out of just allowing yourself to relax. It kind of makes me wonder, if you don't dream, do you actually have a great night's sleep? Like, are you being rested? Are you entering that realm of sleep, where your body is regenerating?
That's a good question.
Because like a lot of my visions have come in my sleep. I've had some day visions. There are a few in between, but a lot of mine are in my sleep. And the fact that a lot of times I can wake up and remember, and sometimes I can't remember a thing. That's why I always say you should write them down or something like that. But I figure if it's meant for me to remember, I should remember. I shouldn't have to wake up and that be the first. That's not gonna be the first thing on my mind in the morning. I mean, I need to be talking to Jesus, not about my dream.
Right.
You know, especially he didn't allow me to see another day. But you know, to each his own. So, but that's me.
Man, speaking of dreams, I don't have. I've always kind of wondered that too. I don't have as many dreams as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I was kind of wondering that why. I did have one the other day that definitely rocked my world a little bit when I woke up. I was like, okay. Like, it woke me up out of my sleep. That's how vivid the dream was. And I was like, okay. So I woke up, kind of like sat on the edge of the bed, kind of like replayed in my head. And I was like, got up, got some water, and I was like, okay. And I thought for sure, like, because of how vivid it was, I thought for sure when I laid back down, I was going to, like, kind of pick up where it left off. I was so glad it didn't. It wasn't one of them dreams that kind of wanted to recap. Yeah. So,
yeah, I've been there too. And then some of the dreams I actually hate that I get awakened from, especially if I can't find my way back to where I was. Because sometimes I can go exactly back to where, like, pick up right where I left off. But other times I can't find. It's like flipping through a book, trying to figure out what chapter you left on. Right. I'm like, oh my God, I have no idea where this dream was going, what you were trying to tell me. But, you know. Yeah, but I've met a lot of people who say they don't dream. It's weird. I guess it is kind of different. I wouldn't say it's weird because, I mean, if one person can do something doesn't mean that everyone can do those things. That's obviously why we have so many things in the world that people be seeking employment for or, you know, looking for people who can do. Because there are multiple things in the world. You know, even though a lot of people have multiple talents, you know, there are some things that they're good at versus others.
Right.
So... yeah, I just don't think that was, like I said, jotting it down when getting up, that wouldn't be one of the things. Even though, you know, I actually have I do have a tablet and stuff by my bed because there's lots of times where I'll be thinking about things, even like songs and stuff, before I go to sleep, and I try to jot them down. And another reason why I have like the recorder, because sometimes I can literally hear the melody to the song, like I can literally hear the song. And so I'll try to record myself as best as I can, like, hear it to kind of put it together. And then I'll go back to it later. I have so many like that. I need to see about writing jingles, but, you know.
Right. Ain't no like a little side hustle.
Yeah. But something different, like I said, definitely something to think about in a different light, just for, of course, haha and giggles. Anyway, as far as the being here before and lining up the deja vu and the dreams and stuff that we have that we call deja vu when we're recalling either the same moments or we've lived this moment before. As we call it, we've lived this moment. I've been here before. I did this already. Oh, I saw this happen. Yeah, because my old lady always asked me, she said, so what happens next? I was like, I don't know.
Right, exactly. That'd be like, that's what be kind of laughing at myself about. I'm like, I've done this before. You should know what come next. I really don't.
No, I just know that obviously I'm in alignment.
Right.
Whatever that I was supposed to be, I'm obviously doing it. So, yeah, because like I told her, like this house, even the place that we are now, like, I saw the backyard, but the backyard that I saw was not the backyard that we have now. Because the backyard when we first got here, of course, was just rocks. But the backyard that I saw in the vision is all them weeds that's out there now. That then grew up through the rocks. That's the one. And the crazy part is in the vision, I thought I was home in the country, just looking out across the pasture. But once I saw that, the vision was here, it was a little bit different. So like I said, I do have premonitions from time to time, or see different things from my dreams that I recall and in my physical life. But I don't think anything has really scared me past that waking up on the Greyhound one. So yeah, since that one, yeah, I've been pretty much Gucci after that.
Yeah, that'll work. I
Mm-hmm.
don't really have this kind of. Besides the one from the other night where it kind of just kind of, but again, that was a dream. And they say like the premonition or a feeling
Mm-hmm.
to where it shook me. But I think like once I like sat up and thought about it some more, it I do realize like earlier within that day, a friend had asked me about a past situation,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to say that might be one of the reasons to cause my dream subconsciously.
Yeah. Triggered by
So I
emotions.
was, yeah.
Yeah, that
Um,
happens.
I was like, so this definitely. I was like, one of the notes I put for myself in the future, certain conversations we're just gonna automatically avoid. Like, oh Michelle, what? I don't feel like talking about it. Thank you. Have a great day.
No.
Because I don't want to dream about it subconsciously in the next day or so. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, please.
Yeah. I do see now. I've heard a lot. I've talked to a lot of clients who have said that on nights that they've had either altercations or something, either with spouses, children, or parents, they always have some horrible dream or something that they feel very unease to that comes to their dreams as a result. And I tell them it's just their emotions that that typically that they're feeding off their emotions. They were already upset about whatever happened, so whatever your subconscious is going to play out of how you would react if this happened, they're going to present a situation and then you're going to play it out because it's you're playing it out, you just don't know it. That's why I tell people, like, when they, like, you ever notice when you're sitting there and you're having a conversation with different people and then they just start blurting out different things?
Yeah.
That's their subconscious. That's their subconscious saying, like, different stuff that may be on there. And sometimes it has nothing to do with the situation that's going on, but that's where their head is at the moment. Because I've been sitting with clients and I've been sitting in like a room where just people just chilling and stuff, and just all of a sudden, like, somebody will just start blurting out different stuff. And I see it more when people like each other than anything else, whether it's like little parts from songs or what I'm saying, just little trigger words or stuff like that that may set them off. But yeah, I do see that a lot as well.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the brain is just a funny thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
It's a funny, complex organ, I guess you can say, or mechanism.
Well, let scientists say that we don't even use all of our brain.
All of
So
right.
it is
That makes it worse.
it is funny to know, like, how they read things on the charts, as far as like when people are recalling, like, especially like when people are dreaming, and that you would have to monitor someone 24/7 to be able to actually do that, though. But at the same time, if they were actually able to monitor why someone was having one of those like premonitions or deja vu moments, cause you never know when you're gonna have them. Like like I told you, like before, like they was distant and off in the future, and a lot of the dreams I had as a kid, I've had a bunch as an adult too. But a lot of the ones from the kids were the ones that were manifesting as adults, and then at a certain point and in my life, they were much rapid. like when I would have a dream or something about something happen, it was like within the next week or so, the next day or so, that these things were going to come to pass. Versus
Yeah.
before, it was further in the future. And so I haven't had any recently. Um as far as like dreaming of like futuristic things, some of them here and there, but not any solid ones where I can actually recall like verbatim.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. But I think that's all for that, folks.